So I was just really, really amazed at everything, how you put things together in perspective, even taking me to a different point at the conference a couple of weeks ago. I am follically challenged. I don't have much hair. But over the last few years, there was a wrestler. I'm a big sports fan. And the wrestler, I believe he was in New Jersey, had to cut his locks off to participate. And I really felt some type of way about that. And I felt like that was not an unfair advantage. And so as I heard you speak, I felt like it was really important for my audience to hear some of your work. And we talked about the Crown Act a little bit at the conference, and I just would like for you to just share a little bit more than the bio, but a little bit more about what you're doing right now as it relates to the Crown Act.
All right. So there's a lot of work being done on the Crown Act. It's been a little bit slowed and delayed due to, the global health pandemic and all of the racial unrest. But part of what I was doing was giving the psychological basis for the consequences of hair discrimination. And so I have been studying hair and the psychology of hair for about the past 10 years. I was trained primarily to understand race and racism, and I draw a connection between race and racism and hair discrimination, understanding that hair is a physical representation of race, right? So we have skin color, facial features, hair texture. And so recognizing that for a lot of Black women in particular, and men as well, that hair is used as a tool, it's almost weaponized against Black people in terms of access to educational opportunities or employment or other institutional concerns, whether it's the military a few years ago where they had certain rules and regulations around how Black people could wear their hair. And so my role has really been to collect data and draw conclusions and develop theories related to hair discrimination. And so I've been contacted by national and state level legislators to support their argument that hair discrimination is harming Black people. And so my job has been to go to New Jersey, to Wisconsin, and even where I live in the state of Maryland, to testify before the state legislators, usually the state senates, in support of the Crown Act.
So from those three places that you testified, how many of those places have passed the bill?
So the New Jersey passed the bill in December of 2019, and Maryland passed it, I think, maybe in March. But Wisconsin has not passed it yet. But there are 7 states in total that have passed the Crown Act. So we have 43 more to go.
And California was first, right?
Yeah, so California was the first state on July 3rd of 2019 to sign the bill, followed by New York, and then followed by New Jersey. So there's still a lot of work to be done. And it's just pretty much a new bill, even though it's based on the 1964 Civil Rights Act. That in that law, it says, Black people cannot be discriminated against because of race. But there was sort of a little loophole where there was a disconnection between race and hair. And so now we're drawing that connection. And it seems like most places are seeing that it's very important to value and understand race and hair go together. So
yes, but you know what? So now that you're talking about it, I have seen a few Caucasian people with dreads, or and I don't know if that's the correct term for them, for their hair. Will this bill be protective of them as well? Is it just people with who are Black or brown?
Okay, good question. It's about protective styles. So it's centralizing protective styles. So before the Crown Act, within the last year, if someone were to wear braids, locks, twists, that it actually could be a basis for someone to be denied access to schools.